Hello, I'm Liam, and welcome to another pick a card reading. Today is going to be a pick a card reading for fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius for the month of March 2026. Here are the decks we have. We have our Modern Witch deck, and that's an orange die. And then we have our Crow Tarot deck, and that has a little acorn guy. And then we have our True Heart deck, and that has a D20, green D20. So, like I said, it is for fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius for the month of March. It's a pick a card reading, so you can pause now and pick one of the decks that I mentioned, or watch the whole thing and see what resonates. And Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. That's what we have for today. All right, let's get into it. I was down for the count yesterday, and so today feeling better. And yeah, it's kind of funny after you've had I had a migraine, so it's like usually for me, I know this isn't the case for everybody, but for me it's usually a day situation, and it usually doesn't last the whole day, but yesterday it lasted the whole day, so I was out for the whole day. And so today I'm feeling some little residual effects, but mostly fine, and I am very grateful that I feel well. So that's where my head is at today. And yeah, and this month is almost over, which is insane. It has been slow and fast, kind of both, which feels pretty true of most of the winter months. Alright, messages for our fire signs. Messages for our fire signs. Let's see if we get a lot of wands today, because we got a lot of... Okay, that's half the deck. We got a lot of swords when I was doing the reading for the air signs. All right. Any more cards? Any more messages for our fire signs? For this collective of fire signs for the month of March 2026. Any additional cards? Any additional cards for our fire signs for the month of March? I think that might be it, just 4 cards. Alright, so we got our Page of Swords, the Strength card, the Star card, and the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, with our Page of Swords here, this is falling on me. Why did that happen? Oh well. Whoops. Alright, we're all good. With our Page of Swords, that's gonna look like starting something new. In this case, this is feeling like a new intellectual pursuit. Maybe it's a new job or a promotion, or it could be, you've decided to start pursuing a specific type of schooling or something like that. And with this, we also have our strength card. And what else is going on here? I'm not feeling super dialed in at the moment. Like I said, super weird day yesterday. Let's see if there's any additional messages that we can pull through here. And on the face of it, this looks really like you're starting something new, and I mean, it ends with this Ten of Pentacles, so that's obviously going to pay off. King of Swords just popped out for us. I do think it's going to take some strength and some courage, and it's going to take it's going to maybe pull at parts of you that are new, right? Especially if this is in regards to a career change or a new promotion. Maybe you've been really comfortable at what you've been doing for the past little while, and now moving into March in this new position, there's going to be a little bit of discomfort. There's going to be a little bit of like, oh, am I good at this? Do I know how to do this? Am I doing it well? And that just comes from trying something new, right? Trying something new a lot of times can be really intimidating, and there's a lot of that feeling initially of like, oh, am I doing this wrong? Or maybe not am I doing it wrong, but more just like you got to build up that confidence a little bit in this new role. But it seems like you are definitely, you're definitely going to, right? We have this Star card, which is just, for me, with this specific deck, is very much tend to the things you can tend to. So put your head down and do the work that you can do, that you are capable of doing. Ask for help when you need to, and you're really going to be rewarded, right? So we're getting this starting with this Page of Swords, and we're ending with the King of Swords in this full cycle, and the Ten of Pentacles. So hopefully you're getting that money, and it's and yeah, you're feeling more resourced and more accomplished at the end of this month. You definitely have what it takes to succeed in this role, and yeah, I think you're gonna do great. So I think that's it for this one. I think my advice is for this role, or the card's advice is take it a day at a time, really lean into your strengths, and focus on the things within your reach. And so if that's a new team, make sure you're tending to them and their needs, as well as just along with doing the things you're good at, challenge yourself to get better, and get better at the things that maybe you struggle with a little bit. And if you need to ask for help, I think that's well within, it's a good idea to ask for help when you need it. So, all right, that's that deck. That is that reading. All right. Let's move into the next one. We're going to go with our Crow Tarot and our Acorn. How's everyone doing with these eclipses? Like, this eclipse, and then, we've just been in one, and it's just crazy. It feels like a lot's going on. A lot's going on for people. A lot's going on in the world. It's like, shit is a little wild. All right. Any additional messages for our fire signs for the month of March 2026? We get an additional message for this collective for March 2026 for our fire signs. Oh. I like to let the cards just pop out. I think a lot of different readers do that differently. And at a certain point you're like, okay, do I need to, these two? Okay. At a certain point you're like, when you're shuffling a lot, you're kind of like, well, okay, just keep shuffling. But no, it's okay. We got 4 cards now. Interesting. Any more messages for this collective, for this reading? Any more messages for this collective, for this reading? Okay. Let's see here. So we have the High Priestess, the Page of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Ace of Cups. High Priestess. Sorry, I can hear my toddler making a loud noise, so I'm like, what is that? I think he's opening and closing the gate outside very loudly. I think that's what's happening. He's 2 going on 3 this year, so he's a lot of fun and a lot of work, but you know, it's good. Okay, the High Priestess, Page of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. What is going on here? Well, my very initial thing that I thought was don't fall in love with your guru, and not even guru your teacher. Is the very first thing I thought was this Page of Wands and the High Priestess. Don't try and start a romantic relationship with your teacher, especially if she's a High Priestess. So that might be some advice that one of you needs. But let's see, what else do we have here? It's so funny. I feel like for the air signs, everything was just, that video ended up being super, well, I ended up doing an extra reading in that one because everything was just coming so fast. And you fire signs are making you work for it a little bit harder. Yeah, Page of Wands is making me, I don't think this is typically what it means, but I'm really thinking about new relationships, starting a new relationship, or a new friendship dynamic. It could be maybe expanding your relationship to some sort of different setting, and let's see, is there any other little bit of clarity, because this is not coming through very clearly for me in this moment. What this could mean. Can we get some clarity for this reading? Okay, here's some fire. Here's some fire energy. 5 of Wands. Swapped decks. 5 of Wands. The Tower. And the 10 of Wands. That's too many sticks. You're carrying too many sticks. Interesting. Yeah, so this is clarity, I think, on this first portion with the Page of Wands and the High Priestess. So it definitely feels like, yeah, there's a turning point here that you are experiencing, and it really feels like it's some sort of relationship situation. Yeah, I think I think maybe it's not the time to pursue this, especially with the Tower card here and the 10 of Wands. I think this five of Wands is like wrestling with this a little bit, like you're kind of like fighting it out. And the Tower and the 10 of Wands after that is telling you like it's not for you at this time. Maybe it never will be with this person. Could be at some point, but definitely not for this month. You should definitely just let it be. And this High Priestess could literally be a sync. Maybe they are a High Priestess, the person you're trying to pursue this with, pursuing that path, or something, or some sort of spiritual teacher, or something that kind of like is in that essence. So that's what I'm feeling with that. And moving through that, I think on the other side of letting this relationship go, at least temporarily, is Queen of Pentacles, which is a great energy to be in, the Magician, and the Ace of Cups. So I think, especially with this ending with this Ace of Cups, it's like, starting, potentially opening yourself up to a new experience, a new way of relating with others. And with the Magician here, that's something that you're creating, and you're creating with an awareness that you are the one creating it. So yeah, I think for this month, focus on, being in this Queen of Pentacles seat, and co-creating with yourself and your body, not anyone else. Creating the dynamics and the way of relating that you want to exist in. And then ending with this Ace of Cups, you'll really start diving into that energy, and maybe that'll come later, next month, or maybe at the end of this month even. So yeah, definitely the cards are telling you to steer clear of whoever this person is, if that lands with you at all. Obviously, like, only take that if it resonates. If you pick this pile, it was kind of a weird one, so I think this is a very specific example, a very specific reading. So if you pick this pile, and you might not be for you, is what I'm trying to say there. There's a very specific person, I think, who that is for. So hopefully they find it. Hopefully they find this. All right. I had to pull out my trusty classic Rider-Waite to get me through that one. All right, this one is our Modern Heart deck, pile 3. Modern Heart, why I keep mixing everything up. True Heart is this one. That first one I did was Modern Witch. think it did. I need to change my settings because mine keeps going to sleep. I need a reading for our fire signs for the month of March. I get a reading for our fire signs for the month of March. Get a reading for this collective fire signs for the month of March. 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 Come on. Cards. These cards are being quiet with me today. I think it's a me problem. I was in the throes of craziness yesterday, so I didn't do my normal processes. Anyways, it's all good. This is my daily practice, which I try not to do ever. Miss that? No, I didn't miss it. That's wrong. I did do some of that. I didn't do my normal tarot practice yesterday morning. So, I think that's why the cards are a little quieter with me. I think that's okay though. Alright, any additional messages? Any additional messages? These two? These two, really? These popped out, but I don't feel like that's... Usually if it's... multiples pop out. There, that's one of them. At the same time, I don't usually... Anyways. We got the sun. We got judgment. We got the moon. We got the Princess of Cups. These are the two of Wands and the Eight of Swords kind of popped out at us. And maybe those are just for a certain few of you, because it was like a funky shuffling thing. They didn't really pop out, but sort of. I don't know. All right, with the sun here, yeah, we're moving into springtime. The sun is literally shining more throughout the day. The days are getting longer, at least for us northern hemisphere folks. And I think you are really coming to life. You know, it's been, maybe you live somewhere, it's been a really long, cold, dark winter, and the sun is finally shining on you, and that feels really good. It feels really nice. Maybe you're starting some seeds, maybe you're starting to some seeds, maybe literally starting some seeds for a garden, or maybe the seeds you planted at the beginning of the year, or you're starting to plant seeds for what's to come later this year. And also, it's still winter, you know, and depending on where you live, it could also still feel very much like winter. If you're in New England area, it's just starting to be mud season, and that's not always any better than the winter. So no judgment. This is feeling very literal for this reading. No judgment here if the sun has not quite made an appearance in your life yet. We have the moon, and Yeah, I think it's especially with this Princess of Cups. Like, I think you're still in this era of introspection. I think you're still kind of in this winter mode of looking inward and letting things marinate and exploring the deeper sides of your psyche and your consciousness, and really the depths of your spiritual experience. And yeah, don't force yourself out into the light too soon. Um, I think there can be a tendency to definitely be like to pull out of that winter mode as quickly as it comes. But you know, the sun's with us for a long time. We have spring and summer and fall, and so yeah, I think this is maybe telling you to pause a little bit, but also no judgment in general, right? If you are feeling called to be introspective, be introspective. If you're feeling called to get out there and it's spring, you're ready to go, do that as well. Not much of an answer there. We also, this Two of Wands and the Eight of Swords, I think, like, that does not feel like that exists within the space of this deck at all. This deck, I mean, this, this reading. These fire signs are proving to be a little bit tricky. It's feeling like, feels like there's a lot of resistance here. And maybe that could just be a general feeling. Priestess again in the Wheel of Fortune, has some additional messages. Interesting. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune in this deck, this looks very much like a roulette thing to me. So in this deck, the Wheel of Fortune really feels like dealer's choice, you know? So I think it does have the High Priestess, though. So leaning a little bit towards this moon dark energy still, and balancing that a little bit with the return of the sun. So yeah, I think for the month of March, for you guys, for the whoever this resonates with, whoever picked pile 3, take it day by day, really. Let yourself be moved by your spontaneous urges, and just really roll with those. Yeah, you know, like if you want to drive a different way to the park, drive a different way to the park, or you know, what have you. To walk a different path to work or to school, or you know. So yeah, I think this month for you is really calling to switch things up a little bit and slowly move out of this winter feeling, and yeah, lean into the spontaneity. Okay, cool. That is our reading for our fire signs. Townfelt. No, this is no offense to you, fire signs, or anything like that. My wife is a fire sign, and so, yeah, no shade. I just felt a little bit like pulling teeth. So I hope you guys are doing okay, and I hope you can find some time for yourself to have a nice cup of tea and maybe sit by the fire one last time before the season ends, and really just enjoy yourself. I hope you get a moment for that today, or whenever you see this. All right, bye.